In this video, we're going to take a look at what might be one of the most common slides in a PowerPoint slideshow, and that is a slide with a bulleted list on it. And to modify this bulleted list, we need to go back to the Home tab. So here we are. And you notice most of my stuff up here is grayed out for font and paragraph. That's because I haven't selected anything yet. So I'm going to go down here, and you see the dotted line around this. This is just basically a text box with the bulleted list inside. And as soon as I do that, then all of my options up here come alive again. Now, if I want to modify, let's say one thing. Let's say I want to modify that one. I want to indent it a little bit. I've got a couple of choices. I can click up here on Increase Indent Level, and this is a subordinate item, so it makes it a little bit smaller. It indents it a little bit, and it also makes the bullet a little bit smaller as well. And I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to indent that one twice, which would make it an item that's subordinate to this first subordinate item up here. So this would be level 1 in importance, and then this would be level 2, and this would be level 3. Okay. And if you want to go back the other way, you just select the line that you want to change and hit the arrow key to go back the other way. And you can go all the way back to the beginning if you want to, and we'll do that with this one here as well. Okay. So if you want to change the indentation level of an individual line, just go ahead and click on the line, and you can go up here and use your buttons. Another thing you can do is you can just use a tab key. So I'm going to hit the tab key right now, and it indents and makes it smaller, just as if I'd used the button up on the top. And if I want to go back the other way, you can do a shift tab, which I'm going to do right now, and it takes it back in the other direction. Now, when you use text boxes in PowerPoint and also in other Microsoft applications, sometimes you have a dotted line around the box, and sometimes you have a solid line around the box. If you have a dotted line around the box, then you can format the individual items in there individually. But if you have a solid line, which you can get just by clicking on the border here like this, now I've got a solid line, anything you do is going to affect everything that's inside of the text box here. So if I go up here and I change my bullets, it changes all of them. Okay, and bullets probably aren't the best example because that usually does change all of them unless you've got something selected. But let's go back to our Home tab here and look at some of these other options. So I've got the solid line here, and if I click on red text, then all of my text turns red. I'm going to undo that, and now I'm going to click here. Now I've got the dotted line, you see, because I've clicked inside the box. And if I click on red, actually nothing happens because nothing is selected. But if I click on and select that second line, then click on the font color, then that line will turn red. So if you want to edit individual components, get your dotted line up here, and it's just a toggle. Click once, and it will go to a solid line, and then click inside, and it goes back. So you can just go back and forth between clicking on the line and clicking inside the box, and that'll determine whether you're going to change the whole thing or not. So let's say I want to go back to some other color here, and so let's say I want everything to be like this color. I've got a solid line, so everything turns to that color. And let's get back to our original here. So I'm going to undo a couple of times here, and now we're back where we were before. Okay, one other thing about the bullets here, I'm going to select the edge of the box again, so I've got a solid line. It does do a live preview for you, although it's going to cover some of the text up with the drop-down box here. But you can also go to bullets and numbering here and get a custom bullet by clicking on Customize down here. And your bullet characters are usually going to be down here near the bottom in one of these fonts that has the word dings in it. Okay. And now this one doesn't look very good, does it? Let's not do Wingdings 3. Let's try Wingdings 2, see if we can find something to make a better bullet there. Let's try one of the stars over here. So let's do that for a bullet symbol. Click on OK, click on OK, and now I've got the stars for my bullets. And you can also, I've still got the solid line around the box here. You can also do numbers, and I'll get a live preview here. And let's just do this. Okay, and now if I want to indent, I'm going to go here and do a tab, and it gives me the same number here, and if I go down here and hit tab, and each time I indent it, it starts with number 1 at the current level that you happen to be at. So this is number 1 on the main level. This is the first item below that. Now if I click on this one and do a tab, it's at the same level as this one right here, and so it should be the same size and should have the same indentation level. And if I go down here and hit tab twice, that's the first item under item number 2 here, which is the second item under this major point number 1 up here at the top. So you can change, and okay, I see I'm just changing one of them because I no longer have my solid line here. Let's go back and get my solid line, and now if we click on the down arrow, we can see how it modifies everything. And that's pretty much how you do bullets in PowerPoint 2013.